welcome back to Greenpoint, and we're right next to the Greenpoint Stadium on the road to the Netball World Cup. Well, that journey swiftly coming to an end because we've arrived in the mother city for the tournament. Kicks off tomorrow. Guys, you don't understand how excited I am. I wish I could actually explain it in words.
I don't think you need to. I think we're feeling it. We're feeling the excitement, and she hasn't had coffee. I've been having a coffee, but it's affecting Sakina. So Mac Cafe bringing us around the country and letting us eventually land here just before we see the start of the Women's Netball World Cup. We've been in conversation with Jo Prins, who's been with us the whole time, giving us a wonderful inside glimpse into what it's like to be here, to be a part of a tournament, what the players may or may not be feeling, the whole mental issue around it. But now, as you said, we want to talk chances.
I want to talk what's going to happen in the field of play. So just walking through our team and of course looking at the World Cup in England. And Jo, let's talk about that.
Yeah, looking at our team and how they did the previous World Cup, it just made you proud, honestly. You know, in previous World Cups, we were not really that competitive.
Yeah.
You know, we were losing by 4, and it was kind of like, oh, okay. But last World Cup, we were competitive. We were pushing those top 4 teams until the end, until the last whistle. And I think the core of the team is basically the same. We have a lot of those players still there with some new players coming in. So with the core being the same, I think they still have that mindset of we are competitive, and it's not that big distinction between the top 4 and then 5, 6 going down. I think it's a bit closer for everyone now, and it can be anyone's game at this point. In the past, we can always say, oh, it's going to be Australia or it's going to be New Zealand. Now it can be England, it can be Jamaica, it can be South Africa. We don't know. And I think that's what makes this World Cup more exciting than the ones before. And obviously, it's at home for us, so we have that advantage as well.
Exactly. So when we talk about the core of the team, and let's talk about the most notable absentees who've now moved on. So Aaron Berger, big one. But in terms of replacements, what are you looking at? Who are you looking at in terms of coming in there?
I have to mention Casey because she is my favorite player. She's a year younger than me, and we played Baby Proteas together. But ever since then, you knew that this girl was special. And seeing her now playing in that setup, she has over 50 caps already. And I think she's such a strong player and so dominant. And in the previous outings, we've seen her on court against the international players. She's been making a difference. She's been intercepting balls. She's been carrying ball. And then obviously we still have Bongi, our captain. Amazing leader and always leads by example. And I think the great thing about her as the captain, she's one of those people that goes into the gym or goes into fitness sessions and she's in the front. You know, she's never slacking. She's always working hard. And that motivates you as well as a player. So having that great leader that leads by example. And then we have Izette also. You know, Izette, she is a taller attacker, a bit bigger frame and a bit stronger. So we have that variation in the middle as well. So I think we have the best bits of Aaron Berger there available for us. But Aaron was a special player, we all know, one of my personal heroes. And nobody could feed a ball like Aaron and intercept a ball with one arm, with an outside arm like Aaron. So but we do have the great players, and we have Casey that is a left-handed player, so that's also a different variation that we have there. So she can also get in positions that others may not. So I think what's great about this team and the setup now, it's a well-balanced team that we have.
So let's take it from the back. So let's start with Phumza. So who's your first pairing for that particular position? Who would you start with?
I'll start Phumza. I'll start Phumza. That's my girl. Like we play together.
Phumza? Yeah,
it stings. And she's from Cape Town. She's a Cape Town girl. So I'll start Phumza. She has that experience. She's played overseas in the international leagues. And the combination of Phumza and Carla.
Carla. We can go on all day speaking about these girls.
I'm just having coffee and listening. Carry on. I'm loving this.
I mean, we spoke earlier about Carla, you know, taking some time out to have the baby come back, but we're talking about the player of the tournament in the last World Cup, like bar none. Yes.
Player of the tournament.
Yes.
One of our own.
Leanne.
Amazing. No, you guys are touching me. This
Yeah,
is
she's
amazing.
amazing.
Okay, good.
Absolutely
Carry on. You've
amazing.
gone to the back line, now you're into the middle. Where
But
are
I
we
think,
now?
yeah, she's a goal defense. And the best thing about Carla is how sneaky she is. She gets into angles and spots and get those intercepts. And you wouldn't think she can, because when you look at her, she doesn't look like a threat. You know, she's skinny, she's
Exactly.
tall, lanky, but she's so strong, so agile, and honestly, one of my favorite players as well. I'm just going to say everyone's my favorite player, because honestly, every single time I'm like, my favorite player.
And this is it, isn't it? Let's talk about Shadeen.
Yes.
Because
Sasha Fierce.
I love Shadeen, because Shadeen has this way about her where she's kind of deceptive. You know, when you look at her, you're not quite sure, like, but then she's there, she's all over, she's doing her thing. You know, as you say, I'm probably going to say everybody's my favorite as we go through the team.
Yeah, so Shadeen, she can play that wing defense and goal defense position. But on that wing defense position, she did do a swap over from goal defense to wing
Yes.
defense. And how she made that position her own. So she always used to play this off-marking kind of style where you said you never see her coming and then she sneaks in. So
Yeah.
she makes you look open. And she's really great feet and hard worker, and she goes full out always. And I think that's why she's also so great in that wing defense position, because that is not always the position that gets the credit. You know, that's the hard worker, kind of the donkey putting in the work, and the others get the shine. But she's such a great person, and that's a great position for her. But then also having Jonte Straydom come in for the first time. Also,
exactly.
yeah, we also used to play
That's an
Baby
exciting
Proteas.
one.
Yeah.
That's an exciting
So
one.
I'm very excited about that one. And personally, from my side, I think she should have been in the setup a long time ago. So I'm just so happy for her. She is one of the hardest working people I know. Like, before she goes to bed, she does like 100 sit-ups and push-ups, and you know, she's
Yeah.
that goal. The
Yeah.
work she puts in behind the scenes that people don't know about, that is what makes her different. That's what makes her a different beast altogether.
And this is the thing, Jonte Smith and Izet Grissel, you know,
Yeah.
that sort of understanding that they bring as well with each other. It's going to be interesting. We've got a lot to talk about, but we don't have time, so we need to run through this team quickly. So
So then we have the
shooters.
like
You haven't
Victoria
gone to the
goals.
shooters
So then we
and
go
the
to the attack.
centre.
So now we have a taller centre in Izet.
So-
I think Izet will probably play centre.
I think Izet will play
And then
centre
we'll
and
have
Gongi will
Gongi
play
on
wing attack. Yes.
And then we have Casey that can cover wing defense, centre, and wing attack.
Exactly.
And then on goal attack, we have my friend Nicole Talliard also coming into the mix. My friend from Marty's, yes. So I'm very excited for Nicole.
Big shoes to fill for her as
Gosh.
well.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. So it's Nicole, right? And then we have Lanice and Ina and Alma Ray, a youngster also coming in. So we have that. We can go with the tall shooters, doing a tall shooter in goal shooter and goal attack. Because Alma Ray, she's very agile. She moves a lot, even though she's tall.
But do you think Alma is going to start? I think maybe in the other games.
Because I'm not sure.
I
Because
think
they
Lanice.
can't give too much away. So Lanice definitely going to start in the goal
Definitely
shooter,
Lanice will
right?
start. Yes.
Is that goal attack position?
It's a
that
goal
I'm
attack,
not
that's
sure
the one.
about.
But I'll go with, I'll tell you why I'll go with Nicole. I think I watched Alma Ray in the TNL.
Yeah.
And I think Alma Ray maybe a few steps from coming back from that injury, which is why at this point I'm going with Nicole. Because she seems to be a lot more assured, you know, she's in there. And you watch her training session.
Oh, yeah. I watched the George training sessions. I've trained with Nicole, and I'll tell you, she's a special player.
She is.
She's one of those mavericks, you
She
know.
is.
She's kind of like a maestro conducting different plays, and she has a different flair. And I think that's one of the best things about Nicole is there's no other Nicole Talia.
Exactly. But you know what? Marika.
Marika. Oh, how and also the thing with long range shooters, we haven't really had our long range goal attacks in a while. We've been depending on that tall shooter in the back. So it'll be interesting to see going into this World Cup who's going to take that mid range, who's going to take the outer circle, and I think Nicole, she can do it, and I'm rooting for her. Obviously, being a personal friend as well, and also with during that time when her mother had cancer and my sister had cancer, and us kind of supporting each other through that time, it just shows you again where life gets involved as well. And her mom's biggest dream was seeing her be a Protea and playing the World Cup. So this is truly a dream come true, not only for her, but for mother up in heaven. And I think everything about this World Cup, having it be at home, it's just so special.
Yeah, I mean, away to refill where the other girls, reserves who are also there, Lefebvre, Rademan,
Yeah.
all of these girls. I mean, all of them, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. But hey, we're going to have to leave it there. We didn't even get to talk about, we'll talk tomorrow about some of the other teams and who we might,
Absolutely.
because I think a team like Jamaica, absolute dark horses. But not so dark, because Jamaica's been doing fabulous things, and on their day, they can take anybody.
Yes, and look at their circles, shooting side and defense side.
Yes.
That's dangerous. That's
Sherman
potent.
and Fowler. Okay. You see, we're getting excited here.
I'm in the middle of a storm here. I really am. I'm feeling the storm. But it's amazing, guys.
Yeah.
No, I love listening to this. And I cannot wait to see if your predictions and your analysis comes true when we see them do that start tomorrow. The match is what time?
So opening ceremony at 4,
Yeah.
match at 6.
Match
This
is
is
at
Wales.
6.
Match at 6
The match
tomorrow.
is at 6. So
All right.
we will find out who exactly will be on the court.
Indeed, we shall. But from us here at Greenpoint for today, this is it. But of course, tomorrow we've
You got us
again.
tomorrow.
All
Tomorrow
right.
you got us from the center, from the heart of netball. We will be at the Cape Town International Convention Center. We cannot wait to bring you all of the preview, the live action. We've got guests that you cannot believe. We will be on the center court bringing you the action.
So, and we are on the road with McCafe. We're here at the Greenpoint Stadium.